This is the most pirated, most copied, most resold horror movie ever made, and not one single person who copies it is breaking the law. Night of the Living Dead, 1968, sits in the public domain, and the way it got there is one of the strangest accidents in film history. It began in Pittsburgh. A young director named George Romero, along with a small crew who normally shot TV commercials and industrial films, pooled together about $114,000 to make a horror picture out in the countryside. Almost none of them had ever made a real feature before. The tiny budget bought almost nothing, so they improvised everything. The blood was chocolate syrup, which looked perfect in black and white. The flesh the ghouls tore into was ham and roasted meat from a local butcher. The cast did their own makeup and carried their own gear. They shot in black and white purely because color film was too expensive, and it accidentally became the movie's secret weapon. That grainy, washed out, almost news footage look made it feel less like a film and more like something genuinely happening right now, somewhere real. For the hero, Romero cast Dwayne Jones, a black actor, in a role that was never written for any specific race. In 1968, a black man is the calm, competent lead, giving orders to panicking white characters, was almost unheard of on screen. Romero always said he simply cast the best actor who walked in. Here's what almost nobody notices. The word zombie is never spoken once in the entire film. Romero called them ghouls. He didn't invent the word. He invented the thing itself, the slow, shambling, flesh-eating dead that every zombie movie, show, and video game has been copying ever since. The flesh-eating, the spreading infection, the boarded-up farmhouse, the survivors who turn on each other instead of the monsters. Romero invented all of it here. The Walking Dead, World War Z, Resident Evil, 28 Days Later. They are all standing on this one cheap little film out of Pennsylvania. Now, the movie was originally titled Night of the Flesh Eaters, but the distributor decided to rename it Night of the Living Dead. And when they swapped out the title card on the actual film prints, they made a catastrophic error. They accidentally left off the copyright notice. Under United States copyright law at the time, a published film was required to carry a copyright notice to be protected. No notice meant no protection. The instant those prints played in theaters without it, Night of the Living Dead belonged to the public immediately and forever. The film went on to earn tens of millions of dollars around the world on its pocket change budget. But because anyone could now legally copy and sell it, the original creators saw almost nothing from the endless tapes, discs, and re-releases. One missing line of text cost them a fortune. But that very same mistake is the reason you can watch the entire film right now, completely free and completely legally. It's been preserved, colorized, sampled, and studied for decades precisely because no studio can ever lock it away. The public owns it outright. And then there's that ending, bleak, brutal, and genuinely shocking for its time. Audiences left theaters disturbed, because horror movies simply did not end like this. It was a warning shot that this new kind of horror was done playing by the old, safe rules. A movie shot by commercial directors for pocket change that fell into the public domain by accident and then quietly rewired the entire horror genre. That is the kind of story buried in the archive. This is The Real Vault. Subscribe, and let's crack open the next one together.